Hello, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I'm Reese, and today's video I wanted to talk about specifically the date, Valentine's Day. And at times when it comes to these days, you, unfortunately, not really unfortunately, but less out of habit, I guess, you have a narrative playing throughout the week, maybe 2 weeks. So whenever you realize Valentine's Day is arriving, and if you have a specific person that you're in love with, that you want to be with, and they're not in your physical reality at this moment, you tend to kind of nosedive, into that spiral. And it's like, oh, well, where is it? Why is this happening? Why am I spending another Valentine's Day alone? Why am I feeling that way? And then typically, if you ask somebody, a coach or a person who is familiar with reality creation, they'll say that's why. And it can get very, very, very frustrating. It's like, yes, I know I am saying that, but I am saying what my physical reality is reflecting, right? And it can get very annoying to feel that way, truly. But I just want to explain my perception of it, my understanding of it from my point of view. You see, it doesn't really matter what you're saying. It can't matter what you're saying, right? If you acknowledge all things exist, and if all things exist, there must be a frame of reality that you can imagine right now, where you and your SP are arm in arm, hand in hand, asleep still, whatever it is you're envisioning, in love right now. And it doesn't really matter that it's Valentine's Day or not, it just matters that, hey, this does actually exist. It's okay that I'm not experiencing it physically, but I'm physically experiencing it. Let me say that again, right? It's okay to acknowledge your physical experience right now is not that, but you can physically experience it right now. Let me draw this because I think it's a good idea. Because I just thought about it right this second. It's my little I am board. It's my little I am rubber. I am. And just cleaning the infinite frame of reality that you are. So let's just take your timeline of perception, right? What is it that you are actually doing? So let's just say this is you in your week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And we just break it down, like minutes, whatever. Here, your physical experience is not what you desire it to be. You're okay with it. You know that you're fulfilled, regardless. You understand that you are the if and the end all. You are source, you are God, you are the creator. As the creator, you're not just this physical experience, of reality, but you can experience physically anything in reality from where you are right now, and nobody can tell you that it wasn't real, right? Yeah. So let's just say if what's happening in your awareness is taking up physical time, right? So let's say here and here is where you are imagining something. That took up physical space. That 5 minutes, 10 minutes that you're imagining yourself as you would like to be, that took up physical space of your physical life. And the deeper you imagined it, the more you felt it, right? You can only really feel what you're imagining the deeper you intended. So for here, your physical body experienced the love that it wanted to. For this entire time, you experienced the physical love that you wanted to experience. Instead of saying, you know what, you acknowledged that, yeah, okay, I'm physically not experiencing that which I want to physically experience, but I did physically experience what I wanted to. that in this moment, that was your reality. It was your literal reality. You were physically experiencing something that exists in a frame of reality concurrently with every other frame. You went there. You brought here, there. You brought there, here. You brought here, there, here, whatever. You physically experienced it, and that became your reality. And the more you do that, more of your physical experience becomes your reality. Your physical experience of reality is not that you are just in love, experiencing love all the time. Right? And yes, you're going to have thoughts about the other stuff. Sure. Typically, that on Valentine's Day, you have the person that you want to be with is with somebody else, and you're going to have thoughts of, no, but they're with them, and I'm imagining with them. It's not them. It's not the version of them that's with you. It's not the version of them that's with you. The version of them that's with you is with you. The version of them that's with you is in your imagination with you. And I said, oh, but what about the physical experience of it? Forget about that for a second. Even though I know that you're not going to. Here's the thing. Everyone is this source, right? Everyone is that source. And when you look at somebody, you're looking at them from a different viewpoint, in a different timeline, as a different identity altogether. And you don't know who you are in every single second of the day. So you don't know what you're seeing, but you know what you're seeing because you're seeing it in your mind. You're seeing those thoughts fly by. As those thoughts fly by, it's you changing timelines, you changing identities. And the more you call forth the one that you want, i.e. that loving one, the more you experience it linearly, because that's what you're doing. If you spend 10 minutes in your imagination, that means you physically were experiencing love for 10 whole minutes. And as you keep that going, no, that's who I am, the goal. Every time you just have to feel like you need to remember it, just remember that. I'm source, I am that. And then reality bends to you. You don't let the story tell your story. No matter what the story is, you don't let the story tell your story, ever. And if you think back, every time something didn't work, you said, okay, that's what's true, not what I say, because I can't see a way to say it. I can't see a way that I can win. I can't see a way that I can do this. You always come up with a reason as to why you can't just say, I am it anyway. On top of that, it's because you're too scared. You're too scared or too afraid to believe it. You're too afraid to actually believe it. Or you're afraid that all the thoughts and feelings that you have about it is you not believing it, so that's why you don't say it. You want to believe it first. I am is indifferent to whether you believe it or not. Think about that for a second, right? I am is indifferent to whether or not you believe it. It's indifferent to everything. This is literally not a single cause for I am. A frame of reality, I am. In the past times you have failed or perceived yourself having failed, those things still exist. You couldn't see a way to say, yes, that'll work, I am it. You couldn't see a way to go down that path, yes, I am it. You couldn't see a way to even believe it, yes, I am it. And you couldn't see a way to give yourself permission to just say I am, when I am is your permission. Remember, you needed to find a way to believe it. You needed to find a way to make the thoughts say something else. You needed to find a way to say, there must be a reason that I can do this. There must be a reason that I can be with this person. There must be a reason I can get this job. There must be a reason. There must be a reason. There must be a reason. No matter how small that reason is, it's not real. It's not true. It's not the truth of who you are. And the most subtle of them, I feel, is you need to believe it and then say I am. You're never going to believe it. Your three-dimensional mind will never believe or it can't sense. My three-dimensional mind is never going to believe I'm not holding this pen. I'm holding the pen. I'm looking at it. I'm feeling it. Zero. But my metaphysical mind knows that there are an infinite number of frames of reality where I'm holding this pen and where I'm not. because that's what I am not is. It's just another frame of reality where you are not experiencing that one, but you're always experiencing it. That's why I am not doesn't exist, because it exists in context. But in reality, since you are everything, you are it. You are holding the pen, and you are also not holding the pen, but you are always holding the pen. So you can never not be holding the pen. You can only experience the context of not holding the pen. But that's why I am not doesn't exist. I am not exists in context. I told my friend on this idea. If you think about a hole in the ground, and you remove everything but the hole, what's there? Like, I'll do it. Like, if you have a hole in the ground, right? You have a hole in the ground, and all of the stuff makes up the hole. All that stuff makes up the hole. Like how, and if you remove everything that makes up the whole, you realize the concept of lack doesn't actually exist. It's the concept of lack can only exist in context. You can only experience lacking something by having it and experiencing not having it. Anything that you don't have that doesn't exist, you can't experience the lack of that which doesn't exist. So lack can only exist in context. You can't experience the lack of not being with somebody unless it exists. So, back to what I was saying. When you're looking at somebody, you realize you are that looking at that. Right? You are I am looking at I am as I am. You are I am as I am looking at I am. And every single time you look at somebody, what's actually happening? Every single time you look at somebody, what's actually happening is that you're looking at an infinite version of them. You're looking at this infinite version of them, and that version can be and have anything. And that's you as well. Like you're looking as infinity at infinity. So whenever you see somebody, you see someone doing something, remember, you're seeing yourself, a version of yourself, doing something that you can do, that you can possibly do, that's potential. You may not like it, that's fine. Like not every 3D identity you're going to experience, you're going to enjoy or like every part of reality. And here's the thing, I said this in another video, but I'll say it again. You can't have what you want and avoid what you want until it is what you want. Let me say this again. You can't have what you want and avoid what you want until it is what you want. By that I mean, a lot of the time you're scared to go, or you're avoiding put people in your life. You start to avoid them because I don't want to see this person, because I want to see a specific version of them, but I don't want to change to see it. And it's quite funny when you realize that you're avoiding people because you're scared of how you feel more than you feel how you feel about them. That's okay, it happens. Like, I can understand that the pain can be so heavy on you, but don't fear it. Feel it. Feel it in your mind. Make a conscious decision that I am no longer going to avoid anything in my life, because if I avoid anything in my life, I can't actually get to where I want to go, because I need to walk that path. Remember, when you want a love story, you're getting everything a love story has. Oops. Whoa, that's cool. Hey, you're getting a love story that everything has. Oh, it's upside down. Hey. You're getting a love story that everything that a love story has, everything that a love story can contain, right? So, that being said, don't avoid what you love. Love what you love. And don't expect it to be anything else than what it is whenever you come across it. Just remember who you are. Act from who you are. And you'll realize the difference in that you can be, do, and have, and yeah, whatever it is you want in your imagination. And you can be whomever you want to be at all times. You are the one that's in control. Control yourself. Go with the flow. Go with the flow of what's happening. And imagine how you would like it to be. Be that person. That person is not scared, not feeling that doubt. But don't wait for that doubt, that feeling of avoidance, that feeling of fear to go away before you go forward. Don't wait for the feeling of doubt, the feeling of fear, the feeling of avoidance to go away before you just go forward. I hope that's clear. I really hope that's clear. So imagine how you would like it to be, irrespective of what it looks like. And go forward, not avoiding those things that trigger you, not saying, no, I'm going to wait until it gets better. Go forward, knowing it can't hurt you. And that you are love, it comes from you. All of it. Memories. And isn't it time to rewrite your reality? I think so. So, much love. Thank you for the liking. Thank you for the subscribing. Thank you for the comments. If there's something specific you want to ask me, please do. I have a Facebook group that you can join. And a TikTok page you can also look at. Much love and take care. Happy Valentine's Day to all the people that are here and who will be. Peace. Much love. And just so you know that it is real, go into your imagination and wish the person that you love a happy Valentine's Day, and know that you are wishing the version of them that wishes you, because you are together already, no matter what happens. Much love.